Okay, we have another about a theory about the chord, and we know that from the major we have these three major chord and a minor chord and the one diminished chord. But in the real music, it's not always everything apply into the music. For example, music usually composed in chord progression way. So our today's topic is a chord progression. So what is a chord progression? Progression from the verb progress. Okay, means a move forward. Okay, to go toward somewhere. Okay, so because each chord we carry different emotion. So it becomes very, very interesting. So if you can progress from one chord to another, to another, to another, and then eventually go home, you can actually provide a very good framework, emotional framework or harmonic framework to carry your storytelling. That's your music, right? So today I want to introduce you and how would you use a chord progression. We usually you will see people write this way. Okay, maybe write down. Okay, it's a chord progression, which means you start with the C chord, with the G chord, and the A minor chord, and the F chord. So C chord, G chord, A minor chord, F chord. Okay, so if you put it into practice, two, three, four. Okay, it's a very typical chord progression, but it doesn't have to play this way. It can be inverted. And you can invert it, and so it depends on the melody line you want to expose to the top voice. So you can use a chord progression and invert it to construct the music. So there's tons of music that you can go online to find it. So I want to introduce another way to look at it, which is more theoretical, because in the key of C, C chord will be the first degree, G chord will be the 5th degree, A minor chord will be the 6th degree. We like to use a small letter to denote it's a minor chord. And then, okay, if you use this method, this is also very common, 1, 5, 6, 4, okay? You can transpose, okay? You can transpose to any key. We haven't talked about the key concept, okay? But what does that mean? In the key of D, or in the key of A, or G, let's say it's a G. Your 1st degree will be G. Your 5th degree will be D. Okay, and then so what is the G? Okay. So this is your 1st chord. This is your 5th chord, right? And your 6th chord will be E minor. Okay, and your 4th chord will actually become the C. So let's play around. So the 1st chord is the G. D. You move up to E. Okay, so you see the power of abstract. Okay, use this symbol. Actually, if you know other key, you can we call it transpose to another key. So it's pretty useful. So in our class, we will be not using the popular music, not just use the popular music, because a lot of classical music, even though they didn't write down the chord progression, but inside it is actually the chord progression. Okay. For example, I would like to play But Prelude in C is also in our lecture material. You can download the PDF from our lecture material. It goes like this way. If you play faithfully, follow the score, the 5 bar, you can practice a lot so that you won't make any mistake. But what if I tell you, okay, use a different way to learn it? It's actually the C chord, and then go to the D minor 7 chord, but the bass will be C, and then you go to the G7 chord, bass with the B, and then you go back to the C chord. This is the first major. What do I mean? And I will show you the power of the chord progression. It helps you actually memorize it. The C chord, the first major. The second major. This is a D major chord, right? And then third major. Yeah, we have a similar sound. Okay, if you follow the music score, you play exactly, but you press at the same time, you will give it a different perspective. Actually, do, mi, so, do, mi is actually C chord, right? The second major, re, fa, la, and do is actually the D minor chord, but kind of shuffle it in a different way. But we want to know that the bass is C. So in modern music notation, we tend to use this simplified way. In guitar, we use this. Or in jazz, we use this. But in the classical music, everything has been written down so that player can play exactly the same. So what I want to tell you, the message is chord progression is actually a very effective tool you can explore for your musical journey. Okay, I personally like this way. If I find a new piece of music, I analyze, I dissect it. I find an interesting way that help me to practice the music, also remember better, understand deeper about the chord progression. So in the sonic pipe programming, this online course, you will also learn how to use different chord in the coding, and our lecturer will provide some examples. So you can type exactly C major, D minor 7 over B, G7 over B, go back to the C major, okay? So this is the chord progression in the classical music and also in the coding, okay? So I think that that's about the power of the chord progression. Just basically, you chant a set of emotion, feeling, and you move forward to the next, okay? So enjoy the chord progression. Bye-bye.